talking about friends, so I just said to Oprah, Oprah, can I just call you while I'm on RuPaul?
How has your definition of commitment changed?
Oh, my definition hadn't changed, period. It's the damn same.
Now I'm serving disabled realness, honey. Falling off runways across America, honey.
Welcome, RuPaul.
Started, I was watching all you gorgeous creatures stomping down the runway. I saw you. Gorgeous. I love it. Now, this is where I get to pick my slay of the day. That's right. If you slayed, I'm gonna pick you. And today's slay of the day goes to her. Come on up here. Come here. Come on. Look at you. Oh my goodness. Now you're wearing heels, but you're taller than I am.
Yeah.
What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Jasmine Collins, and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles, California. Now, obviously, you model, right?
Well, they're telling me I'm too tall for runway, but I get my own runway shows all the time.
Well, they told me that I wasn't a woman. And I've got my own show. No, you know you can do whatever you want to do. You are fabulous. My goodness. Give her a big round of applause. Will you slay us one more time with the runway? All right. No, I'm gonna watch you. Okay. My goodness, yeah, she's not too tall.
No,
she looks great.
Amazing.
Now, we are having a ball up in here. Now, you know this is a 3-week summer test run to see if y'all like it. We'll carry on. So if you do like it, tweet about it at RuPaul's Show. Now, let's check in with Ross and Michelle. Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm so happy you're here.
Thank
Me
you.
too.
Now, you are two of the hardest working people in show business.
And not too tall for runway. Just
That's
side
right.
note. Thank you.
FYI.
Just so you know.
Perfectly sized for the runway.
Yeah, and you know what? I was wondering, I work hard, you work hard. You've been working since you were a child.
Yes.
How long do you think you'll work?
Until I can't.
Oh, until you can't.
Until I got kids in college, all that stuff. So.
Really? Do you feel the same way? Do you think you'll retire at any point?
Right after the show. I'm going to retire. That's my plan.
What about you?
No, I will work till the end. I love working. I love being creative. And, here I am. You guys are all witnessing my sort of second act in show business. I hit a little happy spot right after World War II.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. And then
Prohibition.
Prohibition. I'm lucky enough to have another bite of the apple, so I'm going to do it as long as I can. I just love...
I love that. And we're so lucky. We love what we do.
Yes.
That's why we want to do it forever, I think.
We absolutely love what we do. Now, we get tweets and texts and social. Amanda Miss Turtle asked, that's an interesting name.
She's coming out of her shell.
Yes, she is. How did you and Michelle Visage meet?
Oh, yeah, where did you first meet?
Well, I knew Michelle from the
Christian
clubs.
Mingle.
Christian Mingle, yes. Or was it J-Date?
Oh, either one.
One of those, yeah.
Wait.
Look at us.
Look at you.
Yes.
When was that?
That was when we were doing Morning Drive Radio, but we had known each other for years at that point. But that's us.
Oh, my goodness.
I have no eyebrows in there.
No, and I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, but Michelle is someone who's always landed on her feet. Now, how did I meet you?
Well, Ru, you remember I started on The Tonight Show way back in 2001.
That's right.
And it was, it was like 18 years ago. And I remember the first time I met you was on a red carpet, and I couldn't believe there was RuPaul. And I'd read your book in college, I think your first book.
Yes.
And I said, I read your first book in college. And you said, well, darling, we'll have to get you the second one.
I just, you have to stick around long enough. Now, talking about best friends, can we talk about Oprah's forever girl, Gayle? She's having her moment now.
She deserves it.
At 64 years old, she is now the star of the CBS Morning Show. Actually, Gayle is joining us right now from New York. Yes, from New York. Hi, Gayle.
Hi. Hi. Hi, Ross.
I love Gayle. Oh my God.
Gayle.
We just
Hi,
love.
guys.
We just
Hi,
love.
RuPaul.
Hi, darling. We just love the fact that you are having your moment now in the biggest of ways. Did you ever think that at this point in the game you'd be ruling the school?
No, I never thought. Here I am at 64, working harder than I ever have, but having more fun than I've ever had. So I truly have no complaints.
No complaints. We have no complaints of you either.
No.
But one of the constant narratives we have here at this show is about stick-with-itness and the ability to hang in there and being there, not blocking the blessing. How have you been able to maintain? Because everybody has navigational backups, You've been able to navigate this. How have you done it?
How have I done it? I think it's easy when you're doing something that you really love, RuPaul. And I just honestly refuse to take no for an answer. But I never thought that this would happen to me at this stage of my life, ever.
Yeah. How long do you think you'll go? Are you going to work till the day you die?
I hope not. I hope not. But listen, I have no plans to quit anytime soon. No plans whatsoever.
I love it.
Quit anytime soon.
Now, I have read some fabulous things about the CBS Morning Show. Lots of new things are going to be happening over there. What can we look forward to?
Well, this is the thing about this show at CBS. We're known for, the news is back in the morning. We now say it's news with a heart. The show, the DNA, the core of the show hasn't changed. What's different is that the three of us are new on the table together. But the core, you will still get the CBS Morning Show that RuPaul, and love.
Yes, yes.
You were there.
I was there, and I will be back there again. I mean, how could I miss being interviewed by one of Time's most 100 influential people?
So cute.
Yes, Miss Gayle.
Well, we love you here, Gayle, and listen, congratulations, all the success.
They told me we were talking about Friends, so I just said to Oprah, can I just call you while I'm on RuPaul? Oprah, can you see RuPaul?
Hello,
Can you see RuPaul?
Oprah.
No.
How can she see RuPaul?
Hi, RuPaul.
Hello, Oprah.
I remember our interview. The whole world in drag. That's my big takeaway from you. We're all in drag.
That's-
This little pretty suit we're wearing.
That's right, that's right. We are all God in drag, and God bless us all.
God bless us all. Technology is amazing, because I'm FaceTiming him, and now I'm FaceTiming you.
Yes.
Technology.
Gayle King, you referred to me.
Yeah.
Only in the 21st century. It's brilliant.
Oprah, I'll call you later. I just want you to say hi to RuPaul.
Say bye to Oprah, everybody.
RuPaul, Oprah said good luck with the show. She knows what that's like.
Yeah.
A thing or two.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Oprah, and thank you, Gayle. Bye. Thank you. That's so sweet. That is very awesome. You talk about having a tribe, the people who can remind you of who you really are. We all have the ebbs and flows, the down times, the up times. Having a tribe and people who have your backup, and I know you two have my back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
I need yours.
30 years,
Yes. That's right. That's right.
Thank
We're having a great time on this show. We've got some great guests. So let's go to commercial, and we'll be right back after this.
Okay.
I have calmed myself enough to understand that kicking down doors and smacking chicks is not the way anymore.
was discovered at age 11 and had a #1 Grammy award-winning hit song at 15 with The Boy Is Mine. She's had many highs and some headline-making lows. Please welcome Monica. Baby.
Hi.
Listen, I know you were very brave. You just had ankle surgery.
Well, I had double bunionectomies, so they cut both feet completely open. I have screws even in the right one. Dr. Royster did an amazing job, but it was worse than having babies. I could have had 3 more labors and delivery before this because it was so bad. I was in the hospital 8 days.
8 days for that?
Well, 8 days, and then I found out some other things. I suffered with hypertension for years, and they had to stop my surgery multiple times because I almost had a stroke.
What?
Right. So, I mean, one thing led to another, but, you know, you live to learn. I just stopped eating beef and pork.
What? They told you, the doctor said that?
Well, the doctor just said everything in moderation, but here's the thing. I'm from the country.
Okay.
I am from Noonan, and we don't eat turkey bacon in Noonan. So I am just trying to modify some things, and my kids are still like happily eating bacon with my Nana and Pa in the morning, looking at me like I'm crazy. But I am just trying to make some life changes, so that is why I actually had to stay so long.
Yeah.
But when I tell you it hurt like hell, but I was not coming to see Ru in the boots. I took the boots off and I left them in the back.
Right.
Because in all your fierceness, I refused to come out here with those 2 orthopedic boots on. So I traded those in for some Travis Scotts
Well, tell
today.
me this. How long did you wait on the surgery? Because had you had problems with your bunions
My
before?
whole life.
Your whole
My
life.
whole life.
So you put it off to the very last minute?
I put it off to the very last minute. My father and his sisters all have the worst bunions ever. Ever.
Do heels make it worse?
I think heels would absolutely be a contributor, and I've been in heels since I was about 16.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they weren't the cute heels back then, but I've progressed, and they've been really good the last like 9 years.
Yeah.
So I had to give them up. After 16 weeks, I'll be in the boot.
Will you ever be able to wear heels? All I want to know, will you ever be able to wear Louboutins again?
Actually, I'll be able to wear Louboutins much better because they won't be as painful.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Walk it out, Miss
Walk it
Monica. Walk it out. You know, it's interesting because when you think about Monica, the first thing you think about is beautiful music, and you've given us some of the most beautiful music ever. And then we also know that you've been through so many trials and tribulations.
Yes.
So many.
And they do not stop coming for me.
I know that relationship problems are probably the hardest because
Difficult.
it's so intimate,
Difficult.
you know, and you're going through a hard time now with your relationship.
Absolutely, but you know what? I always say this, even though I'm on reality TV, I'm in front of people, there are certain parts, there are elements of it that I've never even discussed because when you get married, it is between the two of you. And whatever happens within it, it's us and God. And we fight the good fight because we have children watching us, you know? So the reality is that no matter what happens, he will always get my absolute respect, gratitude, and also my assistance in being a part of whatever his life becomes.
Yeah.
You know, he's an athlete, and everything that he does, I'll be there to support because that's what I vowed to do, even when the other side of it does not work.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so...
You know, they say that relationships don't change, whether it's in divorce or death even, the relationship continues on. You have a new song called Commitment. How has your definition of commitment changed? How do you define commitment today?
Oh, my definition hadn't changed, period. It's the damn same. Yeah.
Other people's may have changed.
Other people's may have different variables, but for me, commitment means that what we agree to do shall not be broken by anyone or anything, period, under no circumstances.
Yeah.
That's it, that's all.
Yeah.
And I always say I thank God for change because my old reaction to things when they happen, I've grown up a bit, and I have calmed myself enough to understand that kicking down doors and smacking chicks is not the way anymore. But
Because Monica not having
Monica
it.
not having that. It's luckily for us, it wasn't another person that was the issue, but in the times that I've experienced that, I definitely act out very harshly.
Yeah.
And so that part of the growth has been good. Me being hurt repeatedly allowed me to say, okay, how do you deal with hurt? My understanding when it comes to commitment is that we value, honor, respect each other. Period. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
And that has to continue, whether it's a friendship, whether it's co-parenting, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I'm committed to always do.
You know, because most of us would stay in a bad relationship for probably way too long. You know, what do you say to friends who may be in the same situation?
Well, I've learned some different things because, like I said, in my marriage, it wasn't other people that ever was the issue. So experiencing that before, I always say that you should be getting exactly what you're giving. And that's with friendships, that's with working relationships, that's with I'm not limiting that to anything. I'm going to get what I'm giving.
Yeah.
Period.
That period.
Yeah.
You're
period.
absolutely right. I think a lot of times you have to grow up to be able to understand that. You can know that on an intellectual level, but to earn it and own it on an emotional level is a whole different story.
Yes.
We got Monica here. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Well, now that I actually embalm and do all of that myself.
You do it. Monica embalms bodies.
Yes.
You say that you came out twice. How do you come out twice?
Well,
We have Monica in the house. I'm a big fan of Monica. In fact, the other day I tweeted that one of my desert island albums is After the Storm.
Ooh, and it was after the storm.
It was
for
after.
me.
I know you had been through some stuff after that album,
yes.
before that album.
Yeah.
Can you listen to that album anymore?
I don't listen to myself, period.
You won't. Why not?
Because I'm stuck hearing myself all the time. I don't know. Once you stand, so typically when you hear a song, you hear 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But for about 17, sometimes to 20 hours, I've sang the song repeatedly to record it as perfectly as possible for you.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I leave the session, I leave the session. I leave it.
Yeah.
So, the first time that I ever heard myself back on a regular basis was when I first met and fell in love with I don't know, do you call him your husband? What is he now? I don't know. I don't know. I guess the law says he's still my husband. He would listen to me, all the time because musically he's one of my greatest supporters. Mm-hmm. And he would just tell me, like, you jam it. And he even found a backpack to wear to practice that would play my music. So that was the first time about 9 years ago that I started hearing myself back. And now what I'm forcing myself to do is to critique myself the same way. So I've just started where I'll listen to some things, but I haven't heard After the Storm since the storm was raining down.
That is interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What about Brandy and Monica? You listen to Brandy and Monica, The Boy's Mine?
No.
No? What's your relationship like now with Brandy?
I listen to Brandy.
Uh-huh.
I just don't listen to Brandy and Monica. We've had 2 records together.
Yeah.
Over a 20-something year span. I think The Boy's Mine turned 21 last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reality is that, like for me, Have You Ever is one of my favorite records of all time. But listening to her is super easy. I just don't listen to myself. She has one of the greatest voices of our time.
She really does.
And
I love Brandy.
And I always say that her tone is just immaculate. So I listen to her, but me listening to me, I just have not gotten there yet.
Were you two put together by the record companies, or were you all friends before?
We had never met when we recorded The Boy Is Mine. Yeah, that was something a lot of people didn't know. She was working on her album with Rodney Jerkins, and they already had the song written and produced. And so they called me. I'm out in Atlanta doing country stuff. And they had me come out here to California, and we recorded the record. That was our first time meeting.
And did you guys maintain a relationship afterward?
Not at all.
No.
We didn't maintain a relationship because once the song was released, that's when all of the supposed they don't like each other. This is that.
Right.
And then it was created to be even bigger by the skits, all of the different stuff that was happening that came with the song. But since in the song we were feuding, it basically kind of created that atmosphere, and it became almost like a real thing throughout teenage years.
Yeah.
But we're adults now.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody got time to be
Nobody
fighting.
got time for that.
Yeah. So
I know you are. I know you're from Georgia. You're from Noonan, Georgia. I lived in Georgia for a long time, and you chose to raise your kids in Georgia.
Right. So my mom, all her siblings, and my dad are from Noonan, Georgia, and I was raised in College Park, and then when we had kids, we decided, like, you know what? We'll go back there where they can have one of those
Because
good
you were living where?
homegrown lives. Well, we have been everywhere. We have been L.A., Arizona, wherever the team took him, we followed. And once everything kind of quieted down, we went back to Atlanta, and now they can go to a veggie patch and get fresh fruits and vegetables, and they have friends that they love, and you know, they get a chance. My daughter's 5 years old, and she equestrian rides and does gymnastics. My oldest son, he just turned 14 yesterday.
Wow.
I got a whole teenager.
Yeah. He's practically grown. Now, you mentioned that your family is very religious. Your father was a pastor, but also a mortician?
Okay, that's different. That happened really different. So my uncle, Gus Thornhill, he's really a world-renowned funeral home owner and operator for over 40 years. So before I was born, it was there.
What's his place called? Thornhill?
Gus Thornhill.
That's what it's called?
He is the greatest.
Okay.
They named the streets and everything after him. So when I was growing up, that was a family business. And I would go in and being the fearless little girl that I've always been, I would fix hands and
really,
yeah,
on the bodies,
jacket on the bodies, and my mama would be like, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Were they stiff? Were they stiff?
Well, now that I actually embalm and do all of that myself,
you do it. Monica embalms bodies.
Yes.
But why? It's not for the money.
It's not for the money.
Why do you do it?
You know, honestly, in that profession, it shouldn't be for the money because you're doing something that will be life-changing for every person that will view and miss the person that you're taking care of.
Yeah.
So I was actually, I mean, it's serious. It's very serious.
It's a service. You're performing a service.
Yeah, and my uncle does not play any games in his place of business, which is why he's been in business for 40-something years. So my cousin Roderick trained me and kept me there and went through my clinicals, and I kept everything really low for years intentionally. I didn't do anything in my real name. I would stay in the back, work overnights, because I decided that one day I would open up these businesses as well, in honor of my uncle, but also having built-in pastor and, you know, just having everybody right there that is good with counsel and spiritual guidance. And me losing people close to me at 18, I witnessed a suicide, lost my grandmother, and my cousin had an aneurysm the night after we all went out. That was the toughest year for me ever, which produced After the Storm.
After the Storm, that's right.
And that's when I started realizing when you see someone and they don't look like what you remember, it's traumatizing.
It is, yeah.
And that piqued my interest and led me to really go and study and be there.
I want to switch gears just for a minute. I know that you were still are a big Whitney Houston fan. Did you hear that her estate is planning a tour using a hologram? Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about it. One thing that's for sure, me being a fan of hers, all my life, I was signed singing The Greatest Love of All at 11 years old. She was one of my greatest inspirations, and being a little thin girl with a sassy mouth and a neck roll, she and I just connected in a different way when I was 18, and all of that happened to me. She actually came to Atlanta. This is at the peak of her career, and I could hear, I was in some apartments over in the hood, and I could hear her voice. You know where she lives. Well, I didn't live there. I was hanging out. And she had 4 SUVs, her and Bobby outside, going apartment building to apartment building in the hood looking for me. And so when she came in, of course, she just went into like mother mode.
Yes.
And our relationship continued. And I thank God that he allowed me to be in the exact same building as her when she left, because we shared moments the days leading up to that were life-changing. I had no idea that I'd no longer be able to call and say, listen, my life is not going the way I planned. What do I do? Because she always had the best advice. But as a friend of hers, I appreciate that the family has always included me in whatever they did to honor her. So if in any way they decide that, you know, they want me to be a part of, even if it's a hologram, she selected very specific songs for me to sing, like You Give Good Love and I'll Always Love You. You know, if there's anything I can ever do, I always extend myself if it's done by the family and the family only.
I love that. We got Monica here. Stick around. We'll be right back. Now, Time Magazine called you a trailblazer. Do you feel like a trailblazer?
I don't know. I think if you like self-identify as a trailblazer, you need to like go to the hospital immediately.
O'Connell is a man who's having a moment right now. His show, Special, is a super hit on Netflix. You gotta watch it. Take a look.
Do you need help? I can go get my parents for you.
Nope. I'm fine.
Hey, you're walking funny. You need to go to the hospital, mister.
That's not my fault. I have a thing. It's called cerebral palsy.
What's that?
Cerebral palsy is a disability resulting from damage to the brain before, during, or shortly after birth, and outwardly manifested through muscular incoordination.
Please welcome Ryan O'Connell.
Bradshaw in the Real Me episode where she falls off the runway.
On the runway.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like Jennifer Lawrence falling on a award show. So relatable. So quirky.
Well, you know, this show is such a big hit. Are you surprised by it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a show about a gay disabled person.
That's sexy.
It's not exactly like slam dunk, honey. So no, but I'm like VV, like excited that everyone seems to love.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. What is it with some of the episodes being 15 minutes?
Well, I sold it to a digital branch of Warner Brothers Stage 13 that was doing short form content. So I wrote the scripts with them, and then we sent them to Netflix, and they were like, we've never done short form before, so that's how it came from short butts to short form, you know?
Yeah, well, you know.
We can laugh about it.
Sure.
It's not scary.
Yeah. I mean, well, tell me about life with cerebral palsy. What is that about?
It's different on everybody. You know what I mean? Like, it looks different on everybody. Cases run from mild to wild, so...
where are you in that spectrum?
I'm mild, yeah. So, you know, for me, growing up, it was like this weird, like, double life of, like, hanging out with my friends, doing normal stuff, and then, like, getting fitted for, like, leg braces and being in physical therapy and, like, having surgeries. So it wasn't, like, my favorite thing.
Right.
But, you know, when it's all you know, it's all you know.
Yeah. Now, Time Magazine called you a trailblazer. Do you feel like a trailblazer?
I don't know. I think if you, like, self-identify as a trailblazer, you need to, like, go to the hospital immediately. I think it's, like, not chic. But I love that Time is calling me that, and I respectfully am like, that's chic.
Well, I will call you a trailblazer.
Oh, thank you, Ruth. Thank you for giving that permission. Love.
Now, I read that you've called your show a love letter to your mother.
Yeah.
Is she still with us?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's here. What? Oh. There she is. Oh my God, she's like traumatized. Like, it's not, I don't think there's anything in the parenting manual of like what happens when your gay son makes a TV show about you.
Yeah.
But she's really handling it well. I mean, since the show is doing well, I feel like it's mom heroin. Like all moms want to do is see like their kids like be successful.
Yes.
So she's like just injecting every day. She's like Google alerting. She calls me. She's like, Barb at the convenience store told me that I was on CBS. Like a picture of me. Like what's going on? She talks about these people that I've never met before, but as if I have.
Yes.
And she's like, well, you know, Jennifer loves the show. You know Jennifer. And I'm like, literally, I've never met Jennifer. Don't know her, but like love that.
Now, I hear that Jim Parsons from Big Bang Theories, who discovered your story, how did he find you?
I wrote a post called Coming Out of the Disabled Closet to promote my book, and he found it.
What's the book called?
It's called I'm Special and Other Lies We Tell Ourselves. And, you know, and so he really liked it. And, you know, there were a few studios wanting to option the project, but I just really loved Jim. You know what I mean? Because you know how this town is, Rue.
Yes.
Lots of phony balonies, lots of
Yes.
conversations where you feel dizzy and sick and need to lie down.
Yes.
And
So tell me this. So from the time he called you and said, oh, I read your book, I wanted to, how long ago was that from today?
40,000 years ago.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it was a long time ago. It was in 2015 where, like, when Hollywood was, like, realizing that, like, women were funny and, like, Hollywood was maybe racist. So, like, gay and disabled was, like, down the list, honey. Like, they were like, we're not there yet. Give us 4 years. We're just reconciling the fact that we're misogynist. You know what I mean? They weren't ready for this jelly, honey. They weren't ready for this jelly.
They weren't ready for all of this right
Yes,
here.
honey.
Yes.
Now I'm serving disabled realness, honey. Falling off runways across America, honey.
Now, you say that you came out twice. How do you come out twice?
Well, so I came out as gay when I was 17, which, like, I didn't, like, love that for me, but I, like, liked this boy, and I was like, okay, I guess you have to, like, be gay to, like, pursue the boy that you like.
That would help.
Yeah,
yes.
that would really help. And no one cared in my family. Like, I come from a very gay family, so it was just, like, NBD. And then...
Wait, you come from a very gay family?
Yeah. Like, well, you know, my sister went to liberal arts school.
Liberal arts school?
Yeah, you know.
Okay, yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And, like, my uncle's gay. You know, everyone has a gay uncle in Palm Springs.
Yes.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
You just get one, you know, in the mail.
Sure.
So basically that was never my cross to bear, I don't think. But being disabled was much, much more uncomfortable because I felt like because I had a mild case, I always felt like I was in limbo. Like I didn't really belong with able-bodied people. I didn't really belong with disabled people. So, and also in terms of representation, there was like nothing, honey. There was tumbleweeds. Like Mama was flipping through the channels waiting for a glimpse of anything. And she kept on scrolling for years. Let's put it that way.
I love it. Well, people don't have to do that anymore. All episodes of Special are available to stream right now on Netflix. We'll be right back after this.
This is what happens when Rue and I go glass shopping, too. We
Oh my God! Look
How
at
gorgeous.
yourself!
Look at how
how
gorgeous.
gorgeous! Now, if you know Michelle Visage like I do, you know about her obsession with a pair of glasses. Child, you know, you might say obsession. I say she has a problem. This woman has so many glasses. In fact, if you follow her on Instagram, she does a daily pair of glasses. I don't know where she has the time to mother her children or do her taxes. This is really, it's a problem. So we decided, let's make a segment out of it, you know? So today on Rue's Beauty Bar, we have all things glasses. Glasses, glasses, glasses. Do your thing, Michelle.
Yay! Well, these will be the pair of the day because these are gorgeous vintage LA Eyeworks, of course.
Okay, let me take your picture.
Thank you, but you don't have a filter on it, and you know I like a filter. But I want to be able to see, and what I'm going to do is talk a minute about how eyeglasses are jewelry for the face, so you have to remember that. It is an accessory, and you wear it out, and the whole world sees you all the time. And don't be afraid to make a sunglass into an eyeglass. That's a little tip. Yes. So I think...
You're living dangerously, aren't you,
I
Michelle?
am on the edge.
Yes.
On the edge. And I look around, and I see some people with some glasses out there, so should we bring them
You
up
mean some-
and just kind of show what you can do with different
Who do you see? Who do you want to bring
Well,
up?
I see two girls up there. There's one with tattoos, in the red dress, and
Oh,
she's
yeah,
got
but-
somebody next to her. Come on over,
Come
friend.
on over. Let's see. Yeah.
Hi, come
what's your name? Where are you from?
Stephanie from San Bernardino, California.
And what's your name?
Caitlin from San Bernardino, California.
San Bernardino in the house.
So when you girls, you have beautiful glasses on. When you buy eyewear, do you think this is just because I need this? Or do you think about going with outfits and going with everything type of thing?
I would say a little bit of both, but yeah, I'm not like super into my glasses, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you wear them every day all the time.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
And you too.
I'm supposed to, but I try to avoid them sometimes because they don't go with everything I wear. So, yeah.
How many pairs of glasses do you have?
Just this pair right
Oh,
now.
no.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness.
And what about you?
Yeah, I only have this pair.
No.
What? Here, let me try these red ones on you real quick. Can I take these? Oh my goodness, this
It's clear.
is fun.
It is fun.
We should braid each other's hair next.
Okay, cool. Try those. This is what happens when Rue and I go glass shopping too. We
Oh my God! Look
How
at
gorgeous.
yourself.
Look at how gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
are
that is so
fabulous.
cute.
And those go with everything,
Here,
obviously.
let's
crystal
find some
clear.
for her. Let's find some other ones for her, Michelle.
Okay. Okay, look, these are beautiful.
Ooh, purple rain, y'all. You're a woman.
That is pretty, really pretty.
I love it. Because how do you feel?
Great. They look nice.
They look really
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
I just think you all should have glasses upon glasses upon glasses.
I'm all about
you
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely work for you. Just take a risk. Live on the edge.
Now, Ryan O'Connell, you wear glasses.
Yes, I
You
do.
want to try some new glasses, baby?
Yeah.
Come over here. We try some. Michelle, pick out some good ones for me.
All right, I'm gonna pick out some good ones.
Oh, these are cute.
Look, he's got.
Yeah, those are cute. I love it. Here. Yeah, you come on over here. Come on over here. Ryan, come on in here.
Okay.
Michelle's going to put the glasses.
Right,
I'll
because
take your
Ryan's
old
got.
ones.
Now, obviously, don't move because
Okay.
those are pretty
These
thick.
off. Yeah. These are pretty thick.
Yeah, so don't move. I'm gonna try these on you.
Try those on him.
Because. Oh, it's kind of close.
Oh, they look really gorgeous.
And thanks to LA Eyeworks, you all get to keep your glasses.
I love that. We'll be right back. Michelle is doing it. Michelle is doing it. Okay, you guys, I know this is kind of random, but stick with me, okay? Okay. First, I want you to listen to this very familiar sound. Michelle, what is that sound?
My car alarm.
Yeah, is that what you...
My pacemaker. No,
Your
I don't know.
pacemaker. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a car
All
alarm.
No,
Right?
different stroke.
Okay.
All right, well, joining me right now on FaceTime from Mapleton, Utah is Peyton Gibson, who has a very unusual talent. Take it away, Peyton. Oh, my
Are you serious? How do you know you
Yes.
have that talent?
Yeah, Peyton, how did you learn you knew how to do that?
So I played basketball in high school, and I had just a teammate show me that she could do it, and I got good at it, the mimic game.
Really?
Yes, sir.
And so teach us your technique.
So the way you do it is like I hit right here.
Where is that?
Not down here, because
Yeah.
people try to hit down here like on your Adam's apple.
Right.
Don't do that. Like, that's not good for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've had my Adam's apple shaved off years ago. So you hit right here under the chin, like here?
So it'd be like, if I did it sideways, it'd be like.
I feel like
Michelle, do it again.
Oh my God. Yes, Peyton, Michelle is doing it. Michelle is doing it.
that's gonna be the best meme.
Oh my God! Well, Peyton, she's made a video of it, and she's got over 8 million views of Peyton doing that. Were you surprised by the response, Peyton?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, this is dumb. Like, like, this is my party trick I do when people are like, oh, I can do a triple backflip. I'm like, I can do a car alarm.
Well, thank you for showing us that one, Peyton. Give Peyton a big round of applause. So we've discovered that Michelle has a hidden talent.
I do.
Do you have a hidden talent, Ross?
No, I have like 4 talents, and one of them's making a quesadilla. Nothing's hidden. I don't. But can I try that though?
Yeah, try it.
Yeah, try it.
Okay.
Stop! Stop! No,
You're gonna kill yourself.
that hurt.
Oh my gosh, that hurt me.
Yeah, that is not one of my talents.
No, don't do that. Michelle, what is the secret of it? Where are you hitting yourself?
I'm hitting myself above my thyroid goiter, so
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Do it one more time.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. That's it. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Thank you. Thank
You learn something new every day.
Yes.
We'll be right back after this. I want to thank Monica and Ryan, and to all my guests. This is really a dream come true for me. I am honored that you guys are experiencing this and honored to be a part of your day. We hope we get to create many more memories together. Spread the word, spread the love. We'll see you next time. Bye.